Let's see. When does he realize that he committed no such murder because he is incapable of doing so? What are you doing sitting out here in the rain? Rain. Ah, I see. The static noise up until now was the sound of rain. No wonder it's cold. I can see now that I'm completely soaked and freezing. Oh, you don't even have an umbrella. You're going to catch a cold like that, Tonokun. Senpai's voice is so painful. It was only a few hours ago that I had last heard it, but now it sounds so distant. Tonokun, can you hear me? Yeah. It wouldn't be so bad to catch a cold. I just reply without thinking. That won't do. You catch more than a cold with rain like this, even if it is October. Her sentence cuts off as she touches me. How long have you been like this, Tonokun? You're so cold. Senpai pulls my arm and forces me up from the bench. I'll lend you my umbrella, so please hurry and go home and do something about your body. It'll really be a matter of life and death if you don't warm up quickly. I doubt that. Big strong man. Yeah, but I can't go home. Can't go anywhere ever again. Can't go home after doing something like that. I don't think there's anywhere left where I can rest anymore. Senpai stares at me. I see. Then let's go back to my room. It's closer than your house, so it's perfect. He's in! Senpai pulls me by my arm. I can't shake her off. Can't think about anything at the moment, and Senpai wants is only certain thing in this world where everything feels numb. Senpai's room is a common one-room apartment in a two-story building. Just one really small, cramped room the size of 6 tatami mats and 1 kitchen. As one might expect from Senpai, the room is a neat one. That trivial fact relaxes my numb nerves just a little. Here, please wipe yourself with this. She hands me a bath towel. Sorry, I don't have any clothes that fit you. Please just bear with this for a while. We will prepare something more for me to drink right away. Senpai retreats to the kitchen. So I guess CL isn't beautiful enough for him to get horny. Alright. Left by myself in the neat room. I've never imagined coming to a girl's room like this. Girl's room. The room of a girl's room which I forced myself into and killed the girl. Oh, okay. Feel like throwing up. What am I doing here? In such a place, I have absolutely no right to receive Senpai's hospitality here. Thanks for waiting. Here you go, Tonokun. You got to wipe yourself down, quickly. Senpai scolds me as she begins to rub my head with the bath towel. See, your shirt is all soaked too. You've got to take it off. You might catch pneumonia like this. Hentai protagonist. A very fierce looking senpai undoes the bath. My god, Type Moon, come on. Suddenly her fingers stop. Air. Senpai takes a long hard look at my chest. This is a healed wound, isn't it? Ashimon my senpai sees the old wound on my chest. Hare. The bone-like marks are right in the middle of my chest. She might be surprised at seeing them because she didn't know. Yeah, they're fine. Sorry, been 8 years. I see. Thank goodness. If this wound was the reason you're acting funny, I'd have to take you to the hospital right away. Senpai gives a faint, soft smile, a twinge. When I see a smiling face, my chest hurts. It's alright, I can do it by myself, so leave me alone. Okay, I'll bring you some tea then. But if you take your shirt off, please use that sheet there and warm yourself. I wipe my trousers with the bath towel. But even so, my trousers are still wet. The sheet is going to get soaked if I cover myself with it. Take off my shirt and wrap the top of my body with the towel. Are you finished wiping yourself? Then let's have some tea. চা খায় একটু কিছু হইলেই চা খায় Okay, literally me, come on. Senpai sits down holding a tea set. Please sit down to Tonokun. I can come down with you standing up. I do as I'm told and sit down. Senpai pours some English tea and hands it to me. Neither of us say anything. Senpai drinks her English tea as if she doesn't notice my presence. Following Senpai's example, I drink some as well. It's hot. So hot that it hurts my tongue. The arm puts its pulse into me. It feels like my heartbeat and all my other organs begin to move a little again. Senpai says nothing. It's not long before the teacup is empty. Senpai naturally refills the cup again with more. I get the feeling that I have to say something. Tonokun. I recoil in shock. I'm going out for a bit. Can I count on you to look after the house? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, then I'll leave it up to you. I'll be right back, so don't do anything funny. I wonder how serious she is. He's gonna come. He's gonna wink. Smiling as she speaks, Senpai leaves. I'm alone again. The warm something I felt up to a moment ago is quickly cooling down. Senpai didn't ask me anything. She takes a person like me into her room and looks after him like it's the natural thing to do, though I didn't notice the warmth of the tea, the neatness of the room. What is many, many times more comforting than those things is having someone beside me. Gah, my chest hurts. A little while ago I preferred to be alone, feeling nothing, but now I become uneasy just by her absence. I want to scream like I've gone crazy. What arrogance. On murder of all, I don't have any right to Senpai's kindness, but I'm selfishly wanting Senpai to quickly come home. Okay. I'm home, Tonokun. Thanks for looking after the place. Senpai. Okay, now he just sounds like Sakura. What is this? Seems Senpai has brought all sorts of things. There are several plastic bags hanging from her hands. Let's see, please wear these for now. It's cheap, but it's better than wet clothing. By the way, the bath should be about ready now. Okay, what's happening here, man? Hentai protagonist, what the fuck? I feel a bit better after relaxing there for a while. Senpai neatly prepares everything. My change of clothes, the bath. This person is... Even though there is no need to do so for a person like me, it's okay, Senpai, I'm going home. Can't cause you any more trouble. What are you saying, Tonokun? You said you can't go home, right? I've already bought food for two, so please take responsibility. Senpai. Please warm yourself up, eat dinner, and get yourself together before you go home. If you just go home with a face like that, I'll be so worried I won't be able to sleep. My chest hurts. Happiness. So happy I'm about to cry, but on the other hand I'm in fear of her kindness. Why? Yes? What is it, Tonokun? Why do you go so far, Senpai? I don't have any right to be treated kindly by you. Killed someone. Can't have someone taking care of me. I'm hopeless. I made a very big mistake just then and I ran away without taking responsibility. I was even considering just dying. Trying to cling on to Senpai. That's sin. The life I took with my own hand. I'm trying to make it something that didn't happen in my mind. The mistake I made is unforgivable. No, I don't think it should be forgiven. That's why I'm hopeless. I have no right to be treated well by you here, Senpai. Senpai sighs. It seems you're convinced that you're a bad person, Tonokun. She answers simply. Senpai grasps the truth lying deep within me. Alright. That just shows you have no confidence in your own actions. You know you made a mistake, but you don't understand whether it's good or bad. That's why you have no choice but to drive yourself into a corner until things become clear to you. No, that's... Okay, cool. Epic murderer, top 10. A mistake that can be forgiven, top 10. You don't understand whether it's good or bad. Oh my god. I don't know, but yeah, I'm taking the fact that I did it, yet I still don't understand why I've killed someone and that makes me a bad person. Maybe I've just been forcing myself into the role of a villain as I try to confirm where my sin lies. I know what your mistake is, but to put it bluntly, I don't care. So you have no right to kindness, but that's just your point of view. I'm not being kind to you for your sake, so please don't worry about it. Well, I mean, I'm doing this because I want to. It has nothing to do with your circumstances. It may be a bother to you, but please just think of yourself as having been caught by a mean-spirited senpai and give up. Walk, champ. Saying this, senpai smiles. That soft, protective, faint smile. I can hear the sound of rain. In the end, I couldn't shake off senpai's kindness after all. She lets me use the bath and prepares pajamas for me. She treats me to dinner and she lends me a bed because it's raining outside and I'm about to go to sleep like this. My throat feels blocked. Senpai is taking care of me so much my senses feel numb. During dinner, she smokes cheerfully like she always does. She raised all the usual topics about school, about the many shops in the business district, and so on. And although I couldn't give her even one proper answer, every time I responded, I felt a little bit of myself coming back. Right now, I'm sleeping in Senpai's bed, but I can't stop thinking about Senpai sleeping on the floor. What a turn of events! I killed someone only hours ago, and now I'm getting excited like a normal student. My senses really do feel numb. Didn't think I could ever be showered in happiness like this ever again. Can't sleep, so I just look around. Don't know what to do next. What I should do next. I can hear the sound of the downpour outside. We're going to be late tomorrow if you don't hurry up and sleep, Tonokon. Senpai, you awake? Yes, I can't sleep until you do. I'm a girl after all. I'm sorry, I'll sleep in the kitchen then. How many times do I have to tell you? You've got a cold, so you can't sleep in a place like the kitchen. It's alright, so please just hurry up and forget your unpleasant thoughts so you can go to sleep. Unpleasant thoughts, that's impossible. That's not something I can forget, it's something I shouldn't forget. However, the reason I killed someone, to forget the other person I killed would be a sin deep beyond imagination. No, I can't just gloss over my sins and I can't forget about them, and I won't try to. But thanks, you really helped me with all sorts of things today. I really might have died if I stayed like that. That would be running away. Indeed. Is this the crime and punishment? Is this the Raskolnikov? Is she the Sonia? That would be running away. If I really think I had made a mistake, I shouldn't deny it. Since you say it seems like a mistake is something unimaginable for me. Sima speaks in a cheerful tone, like she's telling a joke. But there's no such thing as a human who doesn't commit sin. Sounds like the world is divided into sinners and the innocent. As long as you're alive, you'll make mistakes. It's sad, but it's unavoidable. To live life is to be worn down. We are only beings who influence other things while we fade away ourselves. What? Then you're saying we're beyond salvation? I don't like that story about how everyone makes mistakes. Yes, I guess we can't be saved if that were the case, but you can atone for your sins. There are only people who can and who cannot atone for their sins. I think those beyond salvation are those who cannot atone for their sins. For some reason, Senpai's voice sounds very sad. But you can atone for your sins, Tonokon. I don't know what kind of mistakes you've made, but you are the kind of person who can atone for your sins. If you're too worried to sleep, then just think about how you intend to live, but atone for your sins from now on. What the fuck? Jele pathabe naki ekটু pore? It's a really hard thing to come up with, so your brain is sure to tire out and you'll fall right asleep. Yeah, it's impossible to come up with. I don't know how serious she is, as she seems to be throwing jokes into the mix. I can atone for my sins, huh? But Senpai, my mistake is definitely one that can't be atoned for. That's something I can say for sure. Ha ha ha, that's right. No matter what form it takes, sin cannot be atoned for. If you injure someone, the sin is not gone even if you heal the wound, is it? No matter how hard you try, you can't erase the mistakes you've made. I think atoning is not about the results, but about the process. That's what I mean by those who atone for and those who don't. That's why you're the kind of person who can atone for your sins. I don't understand. I'm a terrible person. I'm not the great person you think I am. I can easily see that. I was really moved just then. You have a terrible wound on your chest, right? Eh? Yes, but what about it? You must have had a serious accident to get a scar like that. Scars tend to distort your mind. A wound that size which doesn't disappear is a little out of the ordinary. But you're a very natural person, and one with that kind of wound who can lead a normal life can be proud of his own strength. You must have had a very proper childhood. Okay, dude. Okay. Satisfied, Senpai concludes her musings and falls silent. I can hear her even breathing if I strain my ears. Are you asleep, Senpai? There is no reply. I can only hear the sound of the rain from outside. I atone for my sins, huh? punishment to fit the sin I had committed. I guess we'll find the body of the girl I had killed tomorrow, and there'll be a new serial killer story in the news. Can't even begin to count the things I'll lose when that happens. It'll be trouble for Akia for sure, and I'll never be able to talk to Senpai like this again. But if that would atone for my sin, then I have no choice but to accept it. If I can atone for my sin with that, then there might be salvation somewhere. I feel a little sleepier. Don't know about tomorrow. I don't know, but if I can be forgiven. Until the moment my sin is discovered, until the moment I'm confronted with my sin, I wish I could keep living this kind of life. Gumai guess. Any crows? What the fuck is a foam? Shh. Okay. There's a noise coming from nearby. I don't feel like waking up at all, but I lazily open my eyes to react in reaction to the noise. What the fuck? Senpai is changing. Still the middle of the night. There's no light coming in from the window. Maybe the rain stopped. It's very quiet now. Senpai's taking off her clothes. What a shame. If I wasn't in such a deep state of regret over the murder I've committed or half asleep, I'd be able to fully appreciate how... Okay, dude. Right now, though, my head doesn't seem to function properly. Senpai's eyes look lifeless. More importantly, there's something strange. What is that? There are odd bruises on her arms. What the fuck? No, those aren't bruises, more like tattoos. There's something not right about this. I feel sleepy again. I think a lot of things are cluttered around Senpai's feet, but that's it. Fall into a deep sleep. Okay, that's racist. Black beast Andy. The sunlight streaming through the window wakes me. Maybe the rain stopped, I can't hear it anymore. Seems the sky outside is cloudy. The sunlight isn't what you could call bright. I look around. This is obviously not my room. Good morning. Did you sleep well last night, Tonokun? I remember now. This is Senpai's room. Had borrowed her bed for the night. Yeah, good morning, Senpai. Becoming extremely embarrassed, I hop off the bed. Oh, sorry about yesterday. I caused you all sorts of trouble, and yes, you owe me one. Senpai replied with a smile. How do I put this? She seems very mature. Of course she does. Anyhow, thanks. I'll be going home now. Oh really? It's barely 6 o'clock, Tonokun. Yes, but I didn't get permission to stay the night away from home yesterday, so if I don't hurry back to the mansion, there's no telling what Akiha will say. Your little sister. Well, I've already called her, so it should be okay. Senpai delivers her earth-shattering statement with a casual air. You should call my house, Senpai? Yes, I thought it wouldn't be right if I didn't contact them about you staying over. Is that a problem? I'm at a loss for words. CL Senpai calling my house means a girl has called my house saying Tonokun is staying over at my place. That's, well, yes, it's a problem, a big problem. Faki had been the one who picked up the phone. She's going to think I'm some kind of playboy. Given the severity of the Tono household, I don't even want to imagine what would happen if she found out about that sort of thing. Tonokun, did you really hate staying at my house that much? No, that's not it. It's just that my house is really strict. It's definitely not because I don't like you, Senpai. Plus, I tried to explain the misunderstanding. Senpai closes her eyes sadly. Is it because I caused her so much trouble last night? I feel so bad when I see her make an expression like that. Telling you that's not it. I'm really grateful to you, Senpai. Feeling much better now, and if you hadn't been there for me last night, I don't know what would have happened to me. Yes, you're right. You look like you're back to normal now. I know what happened. I don't know what happened last night, but I'm glad you're feeling better. Suddenly, Senpai gives the biggest smile anyone could possibly give. I was just joking. Even I wouldn't directly call your house. I asked Inui-kun to call your house and tell them that you were staying with him last night. There should be no problem with that, right? Yeah, that should be no problem. That was kind of a mean joke, Senpai. Thought my heart was going to stop. Yes, I'm actually pretty mean. Pick on the ones you like, right? The ones you like, then that means... Okay. But it's true, you should go home early. Please hold on for a second. Senpai runs around her drawers for something. Here you go, Tonokun. It's a little gift for you. Saying that, Senpai hands me an old-looking ring. A little gift. What is it, Senpai? It's a protective charm. You seem to be dangerously spaced out a lot, so please hold on to it. Yeah, I'll take anything that's given to me, but alright. I'll take good care of it. I'll take anything that's given to me, my man. Living the good Bangali life. Alright, I'll see you at school. Senpai sees me off with a smile, but that smile is one I might never see again. The woman I killed might be found already, and police might already be at the mansion, but I can't run away from it. All I can do is thank Senpai and return to the Tono mansion. To say the results first, the mansion is as it always was. Welcome home, Shiki-san. As I enter the lobby, Kowaku-san greets me with a smile. Yeah, I'm home. I'm Kowaku-san. Do you want breakfast? I'll have it ready soon, so please wait in the sitting room. Akiya-sama has just finished hers. Kowaku-san patters off towards the sitting room. It's too peaceful. Maybe they haven't found the body yet. For now, I head towards my own room to change. My god, this headset. So, is this going to be like that time Maebara Keiichi killed Satoko Hojo's uncle? He's gonna find out no one died and then lose his mind. And then Satoko would think he killed Rika. Hisui is in my room when I return. Good morning, Shiki-sama. Seems you have returned. Yeah, just now. Listen, Hisui, do I have a spare uniform? The one I'm wearing right now is soaked from yesterday's rain. I understand. I will have one prepared immediately. Hisui bows and silently leaves the room. After changing into the uniform, Hisui brings my head towards the sitting room. A disappointed looking Akiha is sitting on the sofa in the sitting room. Oh, good morning, Nisan. Seems you have returned. Akiya's voice contains tones filled with blame. Yeah, good morning. You look kind of grumpy this morning, Akiha. Yes, I was unaware you spend the nights elsewhere quite often. I'm more astounded than angry. Akiya glares at me. It's true I spend the night somewhere, so I can't argue. Well, I suppose there was no helping it if you weren't feeling well. The one called Inui-san is your friend from middle school, isn't he? Yeah, I see, so he's the one who called you. Suddenly I feel uneasy. Just what did he say when he called my house? Besides, even if you had to leave school early, you could have just called me and I would have sent a car to pick you up. Don't know why you are so reserved, but you are the eldest son of the Tono household, Nisan. Please use everything at your disposal. Besides, your body is weaker than that of a normal person. Oh yeah, I left school early yesterday. To collapse from anemia just by getting soaked from the rain. Are you not feeling well, Nisan? Shall I have the family doctor examine you and send you to and from school in a car from now on? I see. So that was the reason I was supposedly staying at Arihiko's house. It's nothing for you to worry about, Akiha. I go to the hospital once a month like I'm supposed to. Taking me to school by car is just going to dull my body even further. There's no need for you to be that sensitive over with my body. Now I'm glad you're worried about me. That's not true. I'm not worried about you at all, Nisan. Akiha subtly avoids looking at me. Okay, dude. Shiki-san is ready. I can hear Kowaku-san's voice from the dining room. Right, so I'm gonna get some grub. Nisan, please refrain from talking in such an unjustified manner. Grub. Akiha shoots me a sharp glare. You're acting normally again. That's how you should be, Akiha. You don't have to worry about me, so just relax. You're so persistent. I'm not worried about you, Nisan. Akiha quickly looks away. Okay. Looking at her with a faint smile, I go to the dining room. Okay, dude. Please take care. Saying the same thing as she always does, she continues to stare at me. Shiki-san, what happened to you last night? Nothing in particular. I collapsed from anemia when it started to rain on me. I'll be careful from now on. Not placing any blame on you, Shiki-sama, but you look like you are pushing yourself this morning. Please take care along the way. Hisui makes a deep bow and sees me off. Oh man, I tried to act as normally as I could, and although I didn't give myself over to Akiha and Kowaku-san, it didn't seem to have worked on Hisui. I wonder if Hisui is worried about me. It's hard to tell when she looks so disinterested all the time. Today might be the last Today might be my last day of school anyway. He's buckling up for jail, I see. Try to spend it as I always do so I won't have any regrets. No matter how I feel, the morning is always the same. As I approach the school, I begin to catch sight of more and more students in uniform. Saturday right before the day off, my footsteps falter as I think about how this may be my last school day ever. But still as calmly as I can, I walk along the road that has become so familiar to me over the past 2 years. It's only a little way to school once I pass this intersection. The light turns red and I stop in front of the crosswalk. The school fence is on the other side of it. Since it's a school path, the footpath is protected by a guardrail. Even now the students in front of me are heading towards the school gate. There's no one but students from our school on the other side at this time of the day. There should be no one but the students, but between the cars rushing by I feel like I catch a glimpse of someone in white. There she is. Motherfucker. Think you killed her? Come on now. Wow. She's there. Dressed in white with golden hair down to her shoulders. Long slender brows with red eyes. I've seen her only once before, but there's no way I could mistake her for someone else. But that's impossible. I killed her myself yesterday, cutting her into pieces. The light turns green. The students around me walk towards the other side. I'm the only one amongst them who stands there, stunned. She sits on the guardrail, her legs swinging idly, as if she's waiting for someone. I can't tell how long she's been waiting, but her expression isn't a grim one. Who is she waiting for? She fidgets restlessly, as if she were waiting for her. Okay, I have a bad feeling about this. The girl in white looks over in my direction. It's probably nothing more than a coincidence. She's a stranger who looks like her. She must be waiting for someone else. If not, then the moment must surely be a bad dream too. After all, I have completely and utterly killed her with my own hands. But she's looking this way and smiling, looking very satisfied at having found the person who killed her. Her smile seems to say, "You finally come." Giving a familiar wave and a smile, she hops off the guardrail. Fuck. Fluttering her hair, she heads towards me. Don't come. This is a bad dream. The light turns red. Don't come near me. She doesn't even look like she cares, walking straight across the street while the cars pass by. There's only a few meters between us. I'm telling you not to come. The reality before my eyes does not change even when I scream out. Scream in a voice even I don't understand. I run from the girl in white. I run with all my strength. With no regard to embarrassment or shame, I blast through the passers-by, running full speed across the asphalt. Huff, 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 huff. My breathing is well, then my heart screams out, but still I run. I feel like I'm going to go crazy if I don't. I look behind me. The girl in white is walking towards me. She's definitely following me. The girl I've killed is chasing me. That's more than enough reason for me to run. Huff, 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 huff. My heart feels like it's about to explode, but I ignore it and keep running. When I look back, the girl is still there. With those light footsteps, she follows me as I run away. My head droops down, my arms feel heavy, my legs feel like they're going to tear off. But despite that, I'm running with all my strength, and yet I can't get away from someone just walking after me. My breathing is out of control. I think I've already run several kilometers. But even so, when I look back, she's always there walking towards me. Naturally, like she's taking a stroll, she follows right behind me. Ha 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 ha. Okay. It's not funny, but I began to laugh. Okay. Can't stop laughing. But even so, I run. My body complains that I'll die if I run anymore, but I keep running. The reason is simple. If she catches me, she'll kill me for sure. I ask myself what I base that on, trying to shake it off as mere imagination. But even as I try to console myself, I'm the one who knows best it's true. There's no reason, no basis, no evidence. I know that if she catches up to me, I'll be killed. Ah. Pathetically, I collapse to the ground. Fall forwards not because I trip, but because I simply can't move my body a single step further. Literally me. Gah. Ha. Ah. Did he come? Lying there, collapsed, I somehow managed to crawl my way to the wall. Tried to pull myself up against the wall, but it's no good. My knees lose their strength as I try to rise and I collapse back down. My body won't move anymore. I look up as I breathe. It hurts. I don't have enough oxygen. I can't think properly because of it. Can't even tell what I'm doing anymore. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why? Why? Don't even know why the girl I've killed is alive. Unmistakably, I've utterly and completely killed her in the most final way imaginable. So why? How can she be waiting for me in front of my school, smiling? I'm sure I killed her. That's right. I'm sure I killed her. Sure I killed her. I'm sure I killed her. I'm sure I killed her. So why okay. Oh, is the chase over already? With light footsteps she comes into the alley, shrugging her shoulders in disappointment. Bro, it's the 2000s. How can you make a character this attractive in the 2000s? This is fucked up. Hello. You really gave me some trouble yesterday. With a warm smile she comes into the alley. I've got to run away. Thinking I retreat only to hit my head against a concrete wall. The chase is already over, right? This is a dead end after all. There's no need to worry about anyone coming along or interfering. She smiles, looking very happy. Panicking, I look around at my surroundings. A desolate alley. And you're with the child of the moon, buddy. I'm disgusted at how stupid I am. To run away here is like asking her to kill me. It's been a long time. 18 hours since then. I finally found you. She takes another step into the alley. You... What? I definitely... Yes. I'm the girl you killed yesterday. I'm glad you remember. That's got to be a lie. There's no way that can happen. Don't be ridiculous. Dead people can't be alive. That's true, but there's no need for you to be so surprised. I just revived, that's all. Unlimited true ancestor power. With that curt response, she makes another footstep, the sound reaching my ears. The distance between us is gradually decreasing. Revived? Stunned, I repeat her phrase back to her. Revived? You mean some doctor saved her with some surgery? Don't be stupid. There's no way any human could revive from being cut apart like that. Yeah, then again, I'm not human. Huh? Words are so simple, there's no way I could have misinterpreted them. I'm not human. That's what the girl in front of me said. You're not human? Geez, isn't that obvious? Do you think there's a human being out there who can revive after being cut up into pieces? I'm pretty sure there is. There's no human like that could exist. Okay, fuck you, man. Okay, dude. Now you're just insulting. Wait. Heracles is a demigod. Who else? There's fucking Nero, Undying Magus, Unlimited Guts Power. Something like that is just a monster who looks human. Something that revives even when killed. Something that death is irrelevant to. Something that quickly returns to normal and starts moving in and after being cut to pieces is something you can call human. No way. That seems to be the goal right before my eyes. Try to laugh, but my throat is so dry I can't. What the hell is that? It's not exactly a funny story. Besides, there's too many things in the story that aren't funny. Because definitely, if she's not human, it explains why she's alive even after I've killed her. So I have to calm down. This is a situation where I've got to observe everything and think it over. She said you're not human, so what are you? Me? I'm called a vampire. To put it in your terms, I'm a monster who lives off human blood. That's good. Vampire is at least something I can easily understand. I see, you're a vampire. She smiles in satisfaction to indicate her scent. What a crazy reply. I've heard that vampires can't walk around during daytime, but I guess that's a trivial matter right now. I mean, they probably can, but fucking RC. True ancestor. Come on. The one closest to Altruge. Or so I remember. So what does this monster want from me? For some reason, she calls as if surprised. After a moment, she puts her hands on her hips and looks at me irritated. Have you forgotten what you did to me yesterday? Even though you didn't know me, you cut me apart the moment we met. You've got to be pretty used to this, to ask me what I want with you now. She looks more disgusted than angry. But right now, that's how I feel too. Because someone I've killed is coming to complain to me why I killed her. Hey, are you listening, murderer? Yeah, I'm listening. Sorry, could you shut up for a minute? I'm reflecting on how unlucky this is even for me. Okay, dude. So this is just Chil Burat committing murder. Sheesh, I have the worst luck. I relate with this, MC. There was a girl I wanted to kill for no reason and I killed her on pure impulse. I agonized over it in deep despair, and even though I firmly decided to atone for my sins, the one I killed appears out of nowhere and says she isn't even human. Ha ha ha. I can't help but laugh, but it's not all bad. If the person I killed has come back to life, then that means I haven't actually killed anyone, right? Well, I suppose the fact remains that I killed someone, but she's still alive. That's something I should honestly be happy about. Yeah, with this I should be able to get back to living my normal life. A normal school life just like I did up until now. But in exchange I seem to have been cornered by this strange person, but you might argue that it's a heck of a lot better than becoming a murderer. Okay, I've calmed down. If you've got something to say, I'll listen. Complaints, grudges, whatever. Talk all you want. Yeah, I've got a whole lot of things to say to you, but you're weird. I'm just taking everything in right now, because I've built up a resistance to weird stuff like this. I don't think it's of much help in this case, though. She stares at me. It isn't malicious. It's strange. Thought that to get someone back when they got you was one of the common laws of the world. Then she should be trying to kill me, but what are you staring at? You're here to get revenge, right? Then yeah, I guess I'm supposed to kill you back in theory. I'll kill you if you really want me to, but otherwise I'll pass for now. It's not very efficient that way. She stares at me head on. So, are you sorry? Eh? I'm stunned for a moment. The things she says are so out of place. I'm asking if you're sorry for killing me. Thinking about forgiving you if you are, you see. Besides, I get the feeling you're a pretty bad liar for a human. Sorry? Me? Yep. If you apologize to me, then I'm fine with that. This is unbelievable. What's so unbelievable? Not that the person I killed is forgiving me, but her voice sounds so kind. Okay. Hey, you have to give an answer when people ask you seriously, you know. Come on, hurry up and answer. We can't get on with things until we make it clear whether you're sorry. She's angry. Am I sorry? She asks. That goes without saying. Yeah, I regret it. No matter what the reason is, I did kill someone. Without mercy or reason, I killed just for myself. I do regret the fact that I killed someone. But more importantly, the person I killed was you, and so it's a lie that it's alright if she's alive. It's a fact that I killed her. It's the ultimate violation, the greatest violence possible. I don't think so. So you can get your revenge on me. Thought it was the only natural. It was only natural we'd be here to get revenge. Hang my head, mumbling like I'm confessing to someone. I see. You're not a bad person. She smiles. Okay. Despite calling herself a vampire, she has a very honest face. I've decided I'm going to make you help me. Eh? Help her? What is she talking about? Hey, what do you mean by helping you? It's simple. I'm going to get you to help me deal with the vampire which took root in this town. Alright, makes sense. Question mark. Hold on, I'm getting more and more confused. Dealing with vampires, but you're a... Oh no, I'm a vampire, but the vampire in this town is a different kind altogether. You live here, don't you? Then you should know about the murders that have been occurring lately, right? Yeah, quite a few people have been killed already. Hey wait, I remember now. Come to think of it, all of the killer's victims have their blood extracted or something, didn't they? Don't tell me that. Exactly. Even the news is saying stuff like the work of a vampire, right? It's a funny thing. They obviously know what kind of creature is doing it, but no one is going around trying to vanquish it. That's why I've got no choice but to do it for them. Wait, but vampires don't exist. I saw that. She lowers her brows in annoyance. Oh, that's right. There's an unidentified person standing in front of me claiming to be a vampire herself. Don't really understand, but what you're trying to say is that you're here in this town to exterminate vampires, right? That's right, but before I could, I was attacked and killed by some unknown killer. Yeah, that really got me. It was a perfect surprise attack and I was cut into 17 pieces without a chance to do anything. Ugh, I see. She must mean me. That's right. Till I was fully recovered like this, I was really planning to kill you, you know? That's the first time anyone's embarrassed me like that, and it took about 80% of my power to fully recover. But more importantly, it really hurt. It was so painful I thought I was going to go crazy. However, the pain was so great it restored my sanity. You know what it's like experiencing that over and over for a whole night? I don't know. Actually, I don't want to know. So full of hatred, I went out to look for you. I was so worked up that I didn't even care about the vampire, the very reason why I'm here. I knew you were a student, so that's why I waited over there for you. I don't get it. If you hated me so much, why are you forgiving me? Let's see, to put it simply, I calmed down after a while. I already used up a lot of my power. And I thought that it would be more efficient to use you as a shield than to kill you. Hold on, you just said something really bad for me. Eh? Did I say something like that? You said you were going to use me as a shield. Of course. I already did forgive you, but that's just my personal feelings. You've got to atone for your murder through action, not just in emotion, right? Well, even if you ask me, what's with you? I can't tell when you're being sincere and when you're not. Let me repeat it again. You killed me. You probably can't imagine it, but it takes a lot of energy to regenerate once you've been killed. Well, actually, it wouldn't be a big deal if you had just killed me, but the way you killed me was something I've never seen before. I couldn't heal the wounds, so I had no choice but to remake my body parts. That's why it took so much energy to revive. She looks angry. It seems like she's recalling her forgotten anger while she talks. Anyhow, I'm weak right now. Think I'll be able to recover after 2 nights, but if the enemy attacks before then, I'll be in danger. That's why for now I'll have you be my shield. You'll have me do it? What are you doing, deciding everything by yourself? What? This is all your fault to begin with. So isn't that much to be expected? Or are you not sorry after all? She looks straight at me with honest eyes. This is unfair. But how is that unfair? I'd kill for an opportunity like that. To atone. Come on, motherfucker. Sorry, or not. Using those eyes is unfair. Okay, that's true. It's unfair she has such pure eyes like that when she claims she's a vampire. Um, Stuck for an answer, I lift my gaze. Huh? What is it? Something odd is there in the gap between the buildings. Hold on, what's that? I get up and walk. I walk to the middle of the alley and I finally realize what it is. A blue-colored bird. Monka W. A crow, to be precise. A blue crow. That inauspicious thing I saw 2 nights ago. Oh man, the girl murmurs. The crow just stares at us. Geez, thanks to your snowness, you found us. The girl looks at the entrance to the alley. Found us? Who? Cast my gaze towards the alley entrance, then take a step back in shock. Before I knew it, dog had appeared in the narrow path running into the alley. A bar guest. It has 4 tough legs and a tense neck like steel frame. Is it a bar guest? Could be a bar guest, you know. Witcher gamers. That form, far removed from that of a human, is one made solely for hunting. Doesn't need to resort to verbal intimidation. Most humans would become nervous by looking at that kind of hunting beast. As a fellow life form, it inspires awe by its dishearteningly superior athletic ability. A bar guest. But it's not dead, so it's not a bar guest. Whatever. A black dog. That's so racist. I start to shake. The black dog looking in our direction isn't small like a stray. As big as a German shepherd or a Doberman. It just stands there, menacing us. The girl says nothing but looks at the dog with disinterested eyes. Then suddenly the black dog jumps. No, it's running, but with a speed that makes it seem like it's jumping. Can't do anything. The black dog jumps straight for my throat. I can see it. I can see its black body moving towards me, but I don't even have time to think about dodging it. Thud. I feel a shock on my body. Gah. I was hit hard from the side. It's not the black dog. Seems the girl pushed me for it could crush my throat. With an easy movement like someone throwing a ball, she shoves me into the wall using just one hand. With a terrific wham, I fall on my rear. Why you? What in the world are you doing? Saving your life, motherfucker! Never mind that, keep your eyes in front. The girl yells. I look, having lost sight of me, stare at the black dog bounce towards the wall. Sing to the wall like a lizard, it jumps again. It bounces from the wall towards me. The dog's path is like black lightning. It's too fast, I can't react. The black dog opens his mouth, filled with teeth and saliva. This time it clamps down towards my windpipe. Gah. I close my eyes, the dog's teeth sink into my throat. And in that instant the dog lets out a yelp and releases me. That's impossible. The black dog lets out a scream and leaps straight up. There's nothing there but unless it flies high into the sky by itself. Just like that, the black dog, after going several meters into the sky, makes a scream and falls back down onto the concrete. No, perhaps more accurately, it was hit into the concrete. What was that? Jesus made me use more of my energy. The girl quietly approaches the black dog. It's crushed against the concrete like a pressed flower. That's quite a mongrel for a familiar. Suppose it was some kind of scout. The black dog liquefies into some kind of tar-like substance and is absorbed into the concrete. Melted? No, maybe it's just dissolving. Can't be, can it? There's no way chaos would be in a place like this. Chaos? Chaos? Stable? Kazuchika Okada? Heaving a long sigh, she approaches me. Oh, you don't seem to be hurt, so there's no problem. She's mumbling something. My throat, I can still feel the dog's teeth sinking into it. Hey, what was that thing? Familiar of an enemy vampire. We were discovered because you weren't being clear. Discovered, you mean by that enemy vampire you mentioned? Yeah, this isn't good. It looks like I really will need you as a shield now. She says it so casually and with a smile. Stop saying such crazy things, you idiot. You saw me. What do you think I can do? You're a lot better off by yourself. Not really. The power I just used to protect you, I really am empty now. What? What in the world? I'm grateful she helped me just then, but still. Can't do it. I can't. I don't have the power to drive over something like that. Sorry, but I can't even be a shield. Liar, you killed me. Why would you lie after doing something like that? That was something I don't even understand myself. No, look, I can't do it. I'm just a normal human. I can't help you. Not true. All you have to do is keep watch while I sleep. That's it. You can do that much without any problems, right? That's. She looks straight at me. Somehow those eyes are making me weaker. I'll cooperate. No, I won't cooperate. Escape somehow. Escape somehow. Literally me. No, I'd cooperate. I take responsibility for my actions. For some reason, I can't decline. I did kill her after all. It's my fault she's weak and has to ask others for help. It is my responsibility. Besides, although I've only known her for a little while, she doesn't seem like a bad person. So how about it? Can't a human like you cooperate with a vampire like me? Well, that will be the obvious answer, but... Ugh, don't look at me with those eyes. Why is it? It's making me overcome with guilt and be unable to refuse. Now that I've gotten myself into this, myself won't be able to sleep at night if I just deny all responsibility. Man, I just know I'm going to regret this. So yeah, I think I could probably do it. The enemy is a serial killer, right? As a resident of this town, I'd probably be struck with some kind of divine punishment if I refuse to help you. Eh? You mean, I'm not going to be your shield, but if it's just being a lookout, I'll do it. She'll disgust at how stupid I am as soon as those words are out of my mouth. I feel disgusted, but there's something about her deeply shocked expression that's... Wow, are you serious? I'm really a vampire, you know? Hey, listen, why are you saying all this now after you've trained me so much? That's true, but... Well, whatever. If you're going to cooperate with me, then I should be grateful. There's a very happy expression on her face. She approaches me as I lie there on my rear, up against the wall. Our contract is established. She extends her hand towards me. I guess I can finally introduce myself now. I'm Arsiud. My last name is really long, so just Arsiud is fine for now. Brunstud isn't that long. I'm a true ancestor type vampire. How about you? I heave a heavy sigh at her unprecedented introduction. It's a sigh of resignation, evidence I've decided to accept this nonsensical situation. I'm Tonoshiki, sadly I'm just your everyday student. I've said it before, but I'm really not going to be much use. Grasping her, Arsiud's hand, I stand up. How do you pronounce that? Arsiud? Arciud? How to pronounce blocked? What the fuck is wrong with people? Schedule difficult. How to pronounce assignment? How to pronounce attitude? Okay. How to pronounce pronunciation? Okay. How to pronounce archive? How to pronounce entrepreneur? How to pronounce water? Wata! Wata! How to pronounce Wednesday? Alright then. How to pronounce Arsiud? Pronounce Kiwi.
Arcuid Brunstud.
Arcuid Brunstud.
So it's Arcuid, cool. Enter Quetzalcoatl. Wow, Que Technica. What an amazing aerial attack. I'll give you 40 points, yes. Hey, the other ship. The Samba ship. Grasping her Arcuid's hand, I stand up. She takes a long hard look at me and then offers her hand again. Nice to meet you, Shiki. I'll have you take responsibility for killing me. Arcuid grins as she extends her left hand. Sigh. There are all sorts of responsibilities in this world, but this is probably the first and last time someone takes responsibility for helping someone they've killed. Damn it, this is seriously messed up. There's nothing else I can do. I grudgingly extend my left hand and shake hands with the woman in white, claiming to be a vampire. As we walk out of the back alley, she, argued, knits her eyebrows and gives me a suspicious look. Hey Shiki, are you a Christian by any chance? I have no idea what she's talking about. Christian? What's with that question all of a sudden? Don't know any girl who's got a name like that. Okay. I see. Then I must have misunderstood. After seeming to have made a decision, she turns towards the office district. Okay, let's go. We've got to find a safe space for now. Arcade begins walking. Okay, there's no way I can back up now. Sighing, I follow after her. This is a pretty nice room. I'd have no problem spending the night here. Arcade looks around the hotel room. I've got nothing to say for now. My room has probably already been discovered, so let's hide out here for the night. Oh, you don't have to worry about money. I'm rich, so I'll treat you. Speaking cheerfully, Arcade closes the curtains. She also turns off the lights and the room becomes as dark as night. I sigh. What are you thinking, Arcade? Thinking about all sorts of stuff. No, that's not what I meant. I'm asking why you've rented a high-class hotel, not a cheap one, and why you rented out the whole top floor. Tried to say this, but I stopped. Right now my job is to guard this so-called vampire and nothing more. Not going to ask any useless questions. No, forget it. Do whatever you like. You're weak, Shiki. Suddenly getting mad and going silent like that. I just don't get you. Hey, shala. Arcade lies on the bed, smiling like she's having fun. You can sleep until the sun sets. Better rest while you have the chance. Vampires don't move about in the daytime, so you'll be on guard for a real during the night. You realize you've just said something that completely contradicts your existence. But it's alright for me. Oh, I guess it's almost my limit. Good night, Shiki. Wake me up when the sun sets. Okay, dude. Hey. Like a machine whose power is cut off, Arcade suddenly falls asleep. She's so defenseless. Right now I could run away if I wanted to. She had forced me to come with her after all. I could easily run away now. And I don't have that impulse anymore, but I haven't killed you once yet. How was she able to suddenly fall asleep despite that? I feel like it's just exhaustion, man. Kill her again. Look at Arcade's face as she sleeps on the bed. No. Looks like she's breathing. I'm sure she is, but her body isn't moving at all. I'm sure she's asleep. It's like the air around her has stopped. It's so tranquil even I might stop moving. Has he never seen a sleeping face before? What a peaceful slumber. Okay. Kind of defenselessness, I feel safe. She had absolute trust in me even though we've only just met. She's so stupid. But why? But why are you personally attacking her? She's so stupidly honest I might start to worry. But aside from that, this is a turning point. This may very well be the point of no return for Tonoshiki. I should be escaping after all. Still, I can't leave her alone. I did promise after all. Promises are important. I'm gonna marry Lucky. Remember what it was I promised, I can't break it. Arcade is sleeping. Her face is a pale white, like that of a sick person. Arcade said she was weak. She said she was at her limit just a while ago, so I don't think she considered what I could do after she went to sleep. The room is quiet. We're on the 11th floor, the top floor. Alright. Since she rented out the whole floor, there are no other guests here. The only sound is Arcade's breathing. When I see her like this, she looks like nightmarishly beautiful. That white smooth skin and that silky light blonde hair. The soft lines of her body and those long eyelashes that look like swift brush strokes. Hentai game! A perfect body down to even the small details, the likes of which I've never seen before. Or to be more precise, the kind I never would have seen in my entire life. Vampire or not, Arcade is a girl. I have to take responsibility for the fact she's so weak now that she falls asleep instantly like she just did. You have to take responsibility for your own needs. Part of my childhood education makes an appearance in my head. Sensei even told me my eyes are strange, so they would in turn attract strange things. So I should be prepared to take responsibility. At the very least, I should keep my promise and protect her for tonight. White, the kind you see when you wake up. That color calls some nostalgic memories to mind. A hot summer day, a blue sky and large columns of summer clouds. The scenery slowly wavers in the heat. The voice of cicadas, the sound of cicadas chirp. Moncarableau. Chirp, 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 chirp. Cicada shells are lying in the clearing. If the sun is right by my side, the clearing is roasting. A hot midsummer's day. The bleak midwinter. If the entire world became a frying pan. Wah, ooh, wah. What the fuck? Wah, ooh, wah. Wah, ooh, wah. What the fuck is he doing? Akiha is crying. Oh, okay. Akiha, who would always obediently stay close behind me, is bringing forth with tears. Child lies collapsed at her feet, soaked in blood, killed. The corpse of a child about my age. A cast-off cicada shell. My two hands are red with the blood of that collapsed child. Shiki. The adults are coming. The fallen child is still dead. The adults are yelling. Did you kill him? That dream I had forgotten even in my dreams. Feel like I remember. Shiki, hey, wake up. The sun's already set. Someone is shaking me. Somewhat unfamiliar voice and the touch of a cold hand on my shoulder. Huh? Arcade is standing right in front of me. She's already woken up and it's pitch black outside. Glance at the clock and it says it's already 8. Eh? It's not eh. I told you to wake me up when the sun went down and you go and fall asleep. Crap. Sorry, I was feeling out of it. I don't remember when I fell asleep, but I'm sure it was while I was staring at Arcade's sleeping face. Jeez, you lose your qualification as a bodyguard like that. Then we had attacked while we were both sleeping, we both died, you know. Said I'm sorry. Besides, you said it was safe during the daytime. Can't say that for sure. Familiars like the one we saw this morning could have come for us. Arcade is angry. Well, she's got a right to be. Got no right to talk when I, the bodyguard, dozed off while she was sleeping. And besides, I'm a vampire, you know. How can you just sleep there without feeling any danger? Don't want you to be afraid for no reason, but it'd be nice if you were at least tense enough not to sleep. I take that back. Arcade doesn't seem to care that I didn't do my job as a bodyguard. She just doesn't seem to like the fact that I fell asleep. Can move my body a little better and wake up only to find you sleeping there happily. You look so vulnerable. I was seriously starting to feel uneasy that I might not have the dignity befitting a vampire. Well, I don't think she has much. Okay, dude. You're just as vulnerable yourself. I killed you once before, you remember? You can't guarantee I won't do it again, can you? Arcade gives a surprised look as if she only just realized it. Now that you mention it, you're right. I wonder why I did that. I guess I just had complete confidence in you since we spoke in the alley. Well, saying that doesn't make me feel bad for her. Okay, since you trust me so much, I'll try my best. So should I just keep watch from now on? Yeah, until sunrise tomorrow. Can't leave the room, so be on guard if someone comes up to this floor. পোলা আবার বাসা ছাইড়া পালায় গেছে সমস্যা কি Be on guard, huh? Being on guard is going to do me no good if one of those black dogs from this morning comes for us. Sigh. I let out a sigh. As expected, this is too heavy a role for me. Let me ask you something. Was a black dog that attacked us this morning something your enemy sent out? I don't think so. It was probably for surveillance. This patrol route happened to pass through where you and I were talking, and it seems your presence was revealed as a result. Revealed to your enemy? That's right. If I'd been in perfect condition, it would actually save me some time. Right now, it's the opposite. If I were attacked now, I'd be the one annihilated. That's why I have to hide out like this for now until my power returns. Arcade enemy, in other words, a serial killer who's been causing the stir in this town, a vampire. Arcade, I want to ask you something. Will you answer my question? I don't mind talking, but why are you being so formal all of a sudden? Yeah, I haven't asked you the most important thing yet. So what's your ultimate objective here? Me? You to hunt down the vampire. Killing vampires is my duty. Yeah, I do remember you saying something like that before, but you're a vampire, right? What? You still don't believe me? Oh, don't worry, I believe you so much it hurts. I'm asking why would you, a vampire, claim to be doing something as odd as killing other vampires? Oh, you don't like the idea of being from the same species killing each other? The act of killing doesn't exactly make my list of favorite things, but she's right. I'm not comfortable with the idea of vampires killing vampires. No, it's just that I can't really imagine something like that happening. Vampires drain the blood of humans, right? So you should be killing humans, not other vampires. Drinking blood and killing are different things. Well, even so, I know what you're trying to say. You think beings from the same species should help each other out, right? But vampires can be of the same species and still be different life forms. That's why they don't really have what you humans call camaraderie. Then you're saying something makes you different from the vampire you're hunting? That's right. The one I'm after is a human vampire, just like the stereotypical vampire from you humans as folklore. He kills humans by draining their blood, turning them into the dead, then uses them to increase his power and influence. That's the sort of vampire I hunt. The one lurking in this town is that sort of old-style vampire. That sort of vampire? It seems like there are different types. Don't tell me you want me to be your shield so you can get this guy. Yeah, that was my original intent, but after talking to you, I've changed my mind. You see, at first I thought you were someone from the church, so I thought you might have information about the location of the enemy, but you turned out to be a perfectly ordinary person. You even know about vampires or remember the location of the enemy's coffin. Yeah, come to think of it, there's no way they'd send an exorcist to a far east secular country like this one. I guess I didn't put enough thought into this. Arcade thinks aloud. The conversation derails and I'm feeling a little left out. I don't follow you at all, Arcade. Hold on for a moment. Let's see. How should I explain this? With that, Arcade's gaze begins drifting. She doesn't seem used to holding a conversation. Don't worry about it and just explain everything about the current situation. I don't understand any of this, but I might be able to see the general gist of things. Really? Thanks, Chicky. You don't have to thank me. Just keep talking. Arcade nods obediently. Basically, the vampire currently in this town is an old-style vampire. He himself reigns as the lord and releases the deaths he made into the city. By doing so, he increases his power bit by bit. He's a typical vampire in that he drains the blood of humans and those humans become vampires themselves. He's not very powerful right now as he doesn't have many deaths serving him, but as the victims increase, so does his power. It would be best to destroy the main body before that happens, but I haven't found out where he sleeps yet. He's hidden so well right now I can't even feel his presence. He's just weak. Even so, it's easy to take care of things once I find it, but I don't have any clues whatsoever, so I had no choice but to walk around town during the day to investigate. But then I suddenly got attacked by a passing killer and now I'm temporarily weaker than the enemy vampire. Arcade shoots me a cold look. I guess she wants to say something to the passing killer. I see, kind of understand the situation now. So in other words, some evil monster was based in this town and you're here to eliminate them. Since you didn't know where they were, you went looking for them and that's when I killed you. So now you're weakened and hiding out while you recover. Is that about right? Very simply, I think so. The next is the main topic. You casually call yourself a vampire, but I still don't really understand that term. So obviously you're not a human, that much I can see. But I don't get the feeling that you're a vampire either. That's true. I'm a little different from the type of vampire you know about. Indeed, I hadn't considered that vampires even existed at all, let alone a vampire like you. So what makes you different? Are cute things. Yes, I suppose it might be helpful to teach you a bit about us. Alright, then the first period's lessons will be Vampires 101. Okay, but what's this Vampires 101? You're an amateur at this, so we've got to start with the basics, right? That's why I'm going to start teaching from the very beginning. Okay, whatever, just keep it short. Well, I'll try my best. Really does seem like she's not used to talking. Well, we've got lots of time, so for now I guess I'll listen to our kid without complaint. Although we're typically called simply vampires, we divide into two main categories. Those who are vampires from the start and those who become vampires. The former are called true ancestors and the latter are called dead apostles. The ones you call vampires are the dead apostles. They drain the blood of humans and turn them into their slaves. They're weak against sunlight and you can vanquish them with a baptism ritual. Our enemy is one of those dead apostles. It's gone from my enemy to our enemy. Well, I don't mind. She's not wrong considering the situation I'm in now. So you're saying these dead apostles aren't vampires from the start. What do you mean by that? Dead apostles were once humans. They've attained immortality through magic or had their blood sucked by one of the true ancestors. Either way, the ones that became dead vampires become immortal, even though it's imperfect immortality. Those who are vampires from the beginning and humans who become vampires, what is this? I get the feeling that there's some kind of huge contradiction to all of this. Feels like some important fundamental is missing somewhere in this story. Hey Shiki, how much do you know about the vampire folklore? Let's see, just the usual stuff. They suck the blood of virgins, they can bind people just by looking at them, they can turn into mist and wolves. Just the usual stuff you hear about. Yeah, that's pretty much all true. Okay. They drain the blood of virgins because one's blood cells are more pure before one exchanges bodily fluids with others. Okay, dude. That makes virgins more suitable for repairing the vampire's own degenerating genes. The dead apostles, the ones that become vampires, have imperfect immortality. Since they become immortal, they won't die from old age. However, they need to replenish their energy frequently or they'll disappear. All living creatures need nutrients to be able to move, right? It's the same thing. So that vampires don't die from age as long as they take in the nutrients. The dead apostles suck blood because they need it to stay alive. Immortality is a strain on their originally human bodies. The genes that compose their bodies are different. When they become vampires, they begin to degenerate at an incredible rate. To make up for that, they must drain the blood of others in order to absorb genetic information and stabilize their own bodies. To a vampire, drinking blood is not like eating, but it's the minimum requirement for them to continue to exist. This sounds complex and long. Can't follow the logic, but Arcade nonetheless continues speaking. I don't think my charger is working anymore. That's not nice. If my charger stops working now, then I'm fucked. Yeah, I really am fucked. Alright. So, moving on. The ability to bind someone with just a look is a type of mystic eyes. Eyes and words are both common types of magic circuits, so there are many vampires who have mystic eyes, which usually possess the mystic eyes of enchantment. We don't enchant people by looking at them, rather we enchant those who look into our eyes. Powerful vampire using mystic eyes can impose his own will into the brain of another and completely dominate their thoughts. But the mystic eyes of a dead apostle doesn't have that much power. What you call turning into mist is really just making a spare body and controlling it via the will. Once a part serves its purpose, you cut the main flow to the offshoot and naturally it turns to dust. Wolves and other animal transformations are a byproduct of a vampire's repairing its damaged body from his familiars. For a vampire living a long time, stabilizing their bodies with normal life is not sufficient. Humans are not fundamentally powerful animals, so it's more effective to repair one's body by absorbing beasts, as they surpass the human species in this aspect. Vampires who repair their own bodies with beasts can return those beasts to their previous forms and use them as familiars when they need to. This is going above, beyond, like every which direction but to me. Mostly because I'm not interested. Alright. Let's try. Brings damaged body from his familiars. For a vampire living a long time, stabilizing the body with normal life is not sufficient. Humans are not fundamentally powerful animals, so it's more effective to repair one's bodies by absorbing beasts, as they surpass the human species in this respect. Vampires who repair their own bodies with beasts can return those beasts to their previous forms and use them as familiars when they need to. From what I've heard, there's even 1,000-year-old vampire whose body is made up entirely of familiars. They say he contains 666 beasts within his body or something like that anyway. I think Archie is getting a little too wrapped up in her own speech. To be honest, I'm not finding this world easy to understand. Me neither, man, me neither. Yeah, that's about it. It's just an explanation of the very basics, but now do you know what a vampire is? Well, I suppose. The reality of Archie being a vampire begins to feel harder and harder to accept. Now it's my turn. Actually, there's something important I've forgotten to ask you too. What, you're not going to learn anything from me? I'm not a vampire or anything, just an ordinary student. Then let me ask you this, Shiki. How exactly did you kill me? Huh? I'm asking about the method you used. I'm resistant to stuff like runes and Kabbalah, so those don't work on me. The only things I'm not resistant against is magic I've yet to experience. It's probably limited to the ancient Shinto in this country and the treasures in South America. The treasures in South America, the treasures in South America, the treasures in South America. Is she talking about the gem craft that Luffy Edelfelt uses, perhaps? Who knows? No, not even those could kill me that much. Answer me, Shiki. What kind of occult artifact did you use to incapacitate me to that degree? Occult artifact? What's that? Catalyst which stores ideas and history. Jeez. You've got sacred treasures in this country too, don't you? I'm pretty sure they do. Fucking Japanese, man, come on. There's usually something like staffs and swords, jewels and masks. Conceptual weapons that can be used against nature itself. Come on, Shiki. Are you sure you're not someone from one of those fields? What field? I told you I'm just a student. I don't know anything. That's a lie. There's no human who's not even a magus can hurt me. Are you hiding something from me, Shiki? Harkyut gives me an angry cat-like stare. But even if she looks at me like that, I'm not hiding anything. Oh wait. Actually, there is one thing. I'm not sure whether it's relevant, but Harkyut is still staring at me. Doesn't seem like I'll be able to keep quiet about it. Alright, I'll tell you. But how should I put this? I can see these lines that can be used to cut things. Eh? Oh. She's stunned. She should be. Normally, I don't think anyone would believe a story like this. What do you mean? Arcade asks in a serious tone. She's not exactly normal, which I've known she would defy my expectations in a good way. I mean, I see these lines where things can be cut, living things to ground anything touchable. It's like a black line and I can cut things clean when I let anything sharp through it. Does that mean anything to you? It's convenient to be able to cut steel with a knife and all, but it's not like I can cut it anywhere. Like, I can only cut things where I can see the lines, and when I cut you, well, you can cut a girl's skin with just a knife, right? Arcu's eyes are serious as she glances at me, those wild eyes I've only seen once before. A gaze that could stop my breathing. I see, I thought the mystic eyes of death perception only existed in fairy tales. But I guess there is someone who can use them. A mutated monster like you. What? I don't think a vampire can call me a monster. Monster is a monster. There isn't anyone even amongst us with mystic eyes that can see the death of things. See the death of things? Arcade nods in affirmation with an inimical gaze. What the fuck does that mean? Inimical. Tending to obstruct or harm. Unfriendly. Hostile.
Inimical.
Oh my god, that was loud. My heart stopped beating for half a second. Is my phone really not charging right now? Please, don't tell me. Okay, yes it is. I was wrong. Cool. That's good. That's great. How do you use inimicals in a sentence? Although I attempt to avoid the school bully, he always goes out of his way to be inimical to me. Okay. Circuit must have opened in your eyes, Shiki. Were you born with eyes like that? No. They became like this a long time ago, but I wasn't born with them. Then you must have had at least one near-death experience at some point, right? What? It's true. 8 years ago, I got in an accident where I almost died. Just as I suspected. You had the latent ability, but that must have been the trigger. The mystic eyes of death perception, huh? Yes, with those you could definitely kill even me. With a small sigh, Arcude's eyes returned to normal. Arcude, do you know something about these lines? Not to the extent you would, but I do have some information. What you say is the end of all things. The point where things die easily. To put it simply, the time of death for everything in existence. That is, death itself. I remember now, that time, when Sensei gave me these glasses, she had told me something similar to what Arcade said. But there's a subtle difference in what Sensei said and what Arcade said. What I'm seeing are only lines and not something as disturbing as death. What you're saying, what I see are just the lines where things can be cut. I'm telling you, those lines are the death of the object. Listen, Shiki, everything in existence has an end. There are differences to when, but it's an end nonetheless. Death does not arrive. It is already contained within the object at its creation. And it's bound to happen someday. So, let me hypothesize a little bit here. The vampire decided to visit the Tono mansion because it wanted something there, although we don't know what yet. My hypotheses are rarely correct, but they always deem to at least be one of the ways the story could have gone. Most of the times it's actually better than how the story ends up going. But now I'm just bragging. Anyways. So because of that, it awoke something inside Shiki. And I assume Shiki saw someone die. And that made him bloodthirsty. A latent bloodthirst that he didn't realize yet. Which he realizes the next day and killed Arcude. When he saw her, while his anemia was acting up. Well, not his anemia, I doubt he even has anemia. Anyways, if he does have anemia, when it was acting up, and he saw Arcude, he thought that she was beautiful. He thought he desperately wanted to talk to her. But he realized there was no way for him to do so, and he simply ended up killing her, because that's the only answer he ended up with. He saw someone die and he desperately wanted to recreate that. He wanted to do it with his own hands, because he knew he had the power, and he wanted to confirm. Alright. Death does not arrive, it is already contained within the object at its creation, and it's bound to happen someday. This is what is called the principle of causality. You've heard of that before, right? As long as something has an origin, it must have an end. When it will end is determined from its beginning, that it's so-called time of death. So as it already exists from the beginning, it's not impossible for one to see it with their eyes, given that they can comprehend the concept of a time of death and they have the appropriate circuit in their brain and eyes. That's the truth behind those lines, you see. This is nothing more than the general concept, but if I were to theorize, I would say that they are the weakest parts of the joints between the molecules in something, or perhaps a pre-designated switch within the genetic makeup that activates the death of that object. But that doesn't really make sense. Can't see them, so I can't say for sure. But the lines aren't all you can see, are they? I think there will be points more than lines. That's right. When I first saw Arcade, when I wasn't myself, when I took off my glasses, I could see the usual scribbles and black points where the scribbles seemed to flow from. There were. It only happened that one time, but definitely. I saw black points. There were several on your body, and the black lines flowed between them, joining them up. If I had to make an analogy, I would say they were like blood vessels. I see, the lines where things die easily, and death itself, huh? Surprised you've stayed alive up until now like this. You must have a very tranquil heart, Shiki. Arcade says this philosophically. In my own way, I understand what she's saying, but I don't want to believe any of it. What? There's no way that sort of thing exists, let alone me being able to see it. Well, you are seeing it. Usually when you cut a living being's neck, they die. This means it stops because you've cut it. Conversely, you can say that if you can't cut something's neck, it won't die. This is about me, so just consider it an exception. But in your case, you can ignore the cause. Even against that which is immune to all external effects, you kill first. Ryogishiki. What is killed then becomes dead. It's not that it stopped because you cut it, but in your case you stopped the object and as a result it is cut. See? What else can I call you but a monster? You may just call them lines along which something can be cut, but those eyes are more special than those possessed by any other user of supernatural power in history. You, Shiki, have the eyes that can kill anything, just like death itself. I'm at a loss for words. If that really is what I see, just like Arcade is saying, those black lines really are the time of death for all things, then everything around me is filled with death. So what? If it's all as you say, I should be able to kill even you. Really? Then let's try it. Arcade opens the curtains. The lights are off. The only illumination is the faint moonlight coming in through the window. Come on, it's alright. Try it. Seriously. Wait, could it be you can't see them with those glasses on? Are you sure about this? I take my glasses off, only to see the lines, of course. At the same time, the room begins to writhe with the black lines. Outside the window, the moon is white. They're difficult to see in the daytime due to the strong sunlight, but under the faint moonlight, I can even see the glow coming from the what now? The lines. Okay. Cutting the moon. Okay, dude. Type moon tomare debe amidst them. The lines on Arceo's bodies are very thin. If I don't concentrate, I lose sight of them altogether. Ah, if I hadn't been killed by you, I don't think you'd be able to see any at all. But right now, you can probably see them. You see, although I have no lines, no times of death during the night, some do appear during the day. You could kill me because it was during daytime, but you can see my time of death during nighttime now since I've used up a lot of energy to regenerate myself. In other words, I've lost my immortality. So, can you cut the lines on my body, Shiki? Let's see. I probably could since the lines are there, but I don't think I could do it so briskly and without hesitation like that time before. I think it'd be hard. Lines keep fading in and out, so I probably couldn't do it unless you're sleeping. You can't, right? That is your biggest weak point. No matter how many deaths you can see, you need to trace the line with your own hands. No matter how weak I am right now, my athletic ability isn't so low that I'd be caught by you. I see. Come to think of it, I can't catch agile animals. That means I can't touch their bodies. In other words, even if I can see with lines, I can't kill anything that moves. Ow. I feel a stab of pain run through my head. Looking at the lines gives me a headache just like it did when I was a child. Put on my glasses and the world returns to normal. Arcade is staring intently at me. What? Is this something else? No, that's not it. You can't see the lines if you put those glasses on? Yeah, I got them from someone a long time ago when my eyes first became like this. I'm only using the lenses now, but thanks to them I can lead a normal life. Yes, I see. No matter how strong a mind you may have, your only choices when faced with death all the time would be to put out your eyes or go mad. Saying that, Arcade comes closer. Hey, can I take a look at them? No, these are important to me. I'm not handing them over to you. Come on, I'm not going to break them, I'm just going to look at them. Arcade creeps closer. I get the feeling she wouldn't be first to cutting them by force. Fine, but just for a little bit. No, I have a bad feeling about it. So bra mara falai. Arcade doesn't look like she's going to give up. Fine. Give them back as soon as you're done looking. I hand her my glasses. Arcade stares intently at the glasses and then looks at me with frightening eyes. Shiki is the person who made these glasses in this city right now? I don't think she is. It's been 8 years and it seems like she was only here for a week. I see. That's good. I don't have to deal with more... Well, it's probably safer not to deal with blue in the first place anyway. Arcade retreats to her thoughts. Hey! Aoi is blue in Japanese. Aozaki means, I assume, something blue. Aoko, I also assume, means something blue. Blue Pog. Blue family. Arcade, you know Sensei, I mean the person who made these glasses? I know her. A sorceress, she's one of only 4 of her kind. These glasses are truly a masterpiece, even I can't break them. Arcade's face grows even more serious. Wait, you're going to break them? Eh? Did I say that part out loud? I knew it. You're going to break them after all. I retrieve the glasses from Arcade. Jeez, you're the one who just said I couldn't stay sane without these glasses. Or do you want me to go crazy? That's not what I meant. I just didn't like how you treasured them so much. Hey, listen you. Jeez, somebody please tell me how a mind like hers works. It's true my memories of Sensei are precious to me, but more importantly I can't live without them. If I were to see the lines 24 hours a day, I think I'd die from the headache before I went mad. Suppose there must be a strain on your brain from being able to see death. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of reason for those eyes of yours, but this is all I can tell you for now. If you get the chance later, I'll go over it in a little more detail. That's alright, I'm not into long stories anyway. Is that so? Personally, I enjoy talking to other people. Arcade gives a carefree laugh. It really does seem like she enjoys doing nothing more than talking. She likes banter. Night descends. Arcade sits on the bed and we both stare absent-mindedly at the clock. It's past 4 in the morning, about an hour until dawn. There's one morale. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened up until now, and our kid shows no signs of tension. We're surrounded by complete tranquility. Somehow I'm beginning to believe that tonight might just end like this. Hey Shiki, our kid calls me again. What? I don't have anything else to talk about. Really? But it's such a waste not to talk now that we're in a situation like this. Listen, how many hours do you think I've had to put up with the nonsense talking? 6 hours. That's making me more tired than keeping watch. Arcade gives me a dissatisfied glare. That's right. For some reason, Arcade has been talking to me for 6 hours straight. Told her she should sleep if she was feeling weak, but she replied with, "It's more fun to talk," so in the end, we ended up facing each other and talking the whole time. I just don't know what she's thinking. Drop things off. I'm hungry. Come to think of it, my last meal was breakfast. I haven't eaten anything for a whole day. Why don't you eat something if you're hungry? We're in a fancy hotel after all, so you can call room service. That's okay. I'd lose my sense of tension if I filled my stomach now. More importantly, shouldn't you be getting something to eat? You're weekend, but you aren't sleeping, so you should at least get something to eat. If you're not going to eat, then neither am I. Normal food is meaningful in its own way, but it's boring to eat by myself. Normal food, there's nothing normal or special about. Okay, dude. Okay. কত সহজে ভুলা যায়. Piece of shit. Wait. Akira is a vampire. I suppose to have food would mean drinking someone's blood. Or is there? I guess being a vampire, you don't usually consume much extra blood. She doesn't look like it, but Arcade is a vampire. She says vampires need the blood of other humans to survive. Then just how many people has she drained blood from, and how many people has she killed before? I sneak a quick glance at her face. I can't imagine. Even though I know she's a vampire, for some reason I can't imagine her sucking anyone's blood. What? Is there something on my face? She melts my gaze and I quickly look away. Arcade continues to glare at me and then gives me a laugh of comprehension. Are you curious? About what? What how many people I've sucked blood from? Ugh. She's completely read my mind. Arcade's smile grows even wider and I don't like it. Well, of course I'm curious. I'm helping you, and so if I don't know, don't have any idea about when you might have a change of heart and try to attack me, that would really be a problem. I see, Arcade says. Well then, here's a question. How many people's blood have I sucked so far? She bounces lightly from the bed and walks to the window. How many people? That's... Arcade gives a cheerful smile and silently looks in my direction with an air of delight. Damn it, it's obvious she's trying to provoke me. Fine, I'll answer. Let's say it has to be in the hundreds. Sorry, you're off. Then in the thousands? Nope, that's wrong too. Arcade laughs like it's so funny. Somehow this feels really frustrating. Damn. Then, well, I doubt it's the case, but in the tens? That's wrong too. Oh really? Tens, hundreds, thousands, do you really see me as that sort of person? Okay. That's so mean. That would make me indiscriminate. Am I wrong? Vampires are indiscriminate, aren't they? Even humans get hungry merely by being alive. And when it's a matter of life and death for you, you wouldn't be picky either. Yes, that's true, but I haven't tasted blood these last 800 years, nor have I ever killed an ordinary human. Eh? Wait, is that true? It's the truth. After all, I'm afraid of sucking blood. Huh? Afraid of sucking blood? You've got to be kidding, right? A vampire that's afraid of sucking blood? Why? I suppose I'm a coward. That's why I'm a failure as a vampire. Arcade grumbles as she looks up at the night sky from the window. She stays like that for a long time, continuing to look up at the sky. Her white back looks vague, hazed over as if she was merely in a new illusion. I see, a failure. I whisper and I feel relieved. Somehow that makes me happy. Of course, it's only natural to be relieved, because now I know the person that's standing before me isn't some kind of vicious evil being. For now, if I were to believe what she says, I won't just be killed by her at random, so I'm safe. I'm safe, but I feel like that's not the only reason I'm relieved. Damn it, what's wrong with me? Being relieved over something like this. How can I be happy over something like Arcade being a failure? Suddenly I feel a faint dizziness. Shiki, what's wrong? You're sweating an awful lot. No, it's just this twinge of pain in my head. I realized something with shock as I replied to Arcade. The window behind Arcade, beyond the glass, within the city streets still sunken in the darkness of night. Hey, Crow! blue crow is looking in my direction. That's... I can do no more than stare at his dim figure through the window. Arcute turns towards the window too. Nervan... I pronounced that right for sure, Indeed. I have finally found you, princess of the true ancestors. From somewhere, a force of will flows into the room. Arcute's eyes are full of enmity. Outside the window, the crow gives a loud, high-pitched scream. This is it. I am heading there right now. The blue crow flies off. All that remains is the dark of the night and the white moon. Suddenly, boom. With a heavy noise, the room shakes violently. No, to be more precise, the entire hotel shook from that impact. What the hell? ? Exclamatory. I get up from the bed. Arcute is silent, biting her lip with a vexed expression. Arcute, that's shaking just now. She doesn't answer. Say something. That was an earthquake, was it? If I had to guess, it felt more like someone had driven a large dump truck into the hotel hall lobby at full speed. It was that kind of impact. Arcute. She doesn't answer. If I listen closely, I can hear noises from downstairs. Arcute's face is grave. She said she was powerless right now. That's probably why she's not saying anything. Only time passes by. 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes after the impact, but the hotel is awfully quiet. Arcute remains silent and still. She's biting her lip as if withstanding something. I can see a trail of red blood slowly flowing down from her lip. Arcute. Is she worried? Frustrated? She remains still, almost as if she's embracing herself. Bearing with something. She said she wouldn't leave the room. Then what am I here for? I should go check out what's happening outside, or stay inside the room for now and keep watch. Alright, I've decided what to do from the very beginning. Taking the knife out of my pocket, I walk up to the door. Shiki, going to check things out. Don't leave this room until I come back. Step out in the hallway, checking of Arcute's look that she wants to say something. No one is in the hallway. I couldn't hear from inside, but the hallway is noisy. It's not that this floor is noisy, rather the noise is coming from beneath my feet. There's some kind of ruckus on the floor below. I can hear the noise of many people talking. I suppose the impact just woke the guests and they're complaining to the hotel. This looks strange so far. I walk down the hallway. The noise from downstairs is like the sound of ocean waves. Noisy and yet so very solitary and inactive. My fingers gripping the knife feel numb. A chill runs over the back of my neck. There's something near my temple. Pain emerges from the back of my eyes. Enduring it, I walk down the hallway. It hurts. My eyes hurt. My head grows heavy and I feel a drifting sensation like I'm about to collapse right there. Yeah, I know what this is. Without a doubt, this is the feeling I get right before I collapse from anemia. It hurts. It hurts. Unable to withstand it any longer, I remove my glasses. I can see the elevator. A long hallway. Must be more than 10 meters from here to the elevator. And then, with a ding-dong, the elevator comes up to the 11th floor. I can see the lines on the elevator door. No, they're too dense. They look almost pitch black. The door opens. A small steel box opens. Inside that box, cramped to the point of overflowing, is human flesh. Inside that steel box called an elevator, the red meat of humans is ground and pushed in. Inside, 2 black dogs are voraciously feasting away on something. What? I stop breathing. Like my brain which just froze, my lungs stop as well. I can't breathe, but that isn't important. My vision turns crimson with a bubbling sound. Blood pours out of the elevator. Amidst the ocean of blood, people, arms, feet, bones, brains, fingers, organs, and other parts. The 2 black dogs are the only form of life. My very instincts refuse to take in this scene. Down the hallway, two black dogs are picking at the human corpses. If I listen carefully, I can still hear sounds coming from downstairs. If I listen carefully, there are the sounds of gorging, the chewing of meat, cries for help, and the death screams of people which can't even be called words anymore. What is this? Though there is no way I can see it, before my eyes is the image of dozens of beasts eating the people in the hotel alive. A man running down the hallway trying to escape, but the panther-like claws descending from the ceiling slice him open from his nose to the back of his head. A girl locking herself up in a room and crying. But to the lions, a door is no longer than paper, no stronger than paper, and within seconds they demolish it into an unrecognizable shape. Striving madly to be the first ones there, people dashing for the elevator, but within it, the black dogs waiting inside decapitate them the instant the door opens. At any rate, there is no exception. Beneath my feet, within this huge box called the hotel, is a scene from hell I can feel down to my very bones. Gah. Feel like throwing up. But I can't do that. Oh my god, what the fuck? Trending Okaga. Okay. Feel like throwing up, but I can't do that. If I just stand around and do that, I'll become a part of that Red Sea. Ha. 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 I resume my breathing. I grit my teeth hard. The dogs inside the elevator notice me. All sounds from below have ceased. Ha. In other words, there's no longer anyone alive. Jeer. The two black dogs began to run, of course, towards me, the last prey. Ha. The black dog is coming from me. On their bodies, I can see an infinite number of lines, and on their foreheads, the point of death. But even so, my paralyzed mind does not order my body to fight or run. First black dog leaps. Its speed belies all human comparison. It doesn't even take 2 seconds to cover the 10 meters down the hallway. They open their mouths filled with fangs so many times sharper than the knife I have, and they're aimed straight at my throat. accurate and fast. Then instead I realize they're drawing upon me. The fangs bite onto my throat with a crunch. I die. But that's not right. Can't be killed by something like this, and I refuse to die. The deaths of others would not cause me to hesitate. A hot summer's day. It happened long ago, 8 years ago. I've seen something even more terrible. Thrust my life into the forehead of the black dog, biting into my neck. My arm moved just before the black dog ripped through my throat. It was done so perfectly, even for myself. Like a machine whose sole function is to cut, I plunged the knife into the dog's forehead without any useless and wasted movement. Because that is where the first dog's point was. Normally, even if the brain is destroyed, the muscles try to execute the commands they have received from the brain. The black dog would have probably ripped through my throat even if I had simply pierced its head. Well, normally that would happen, but the black dog is dead. Death is a complete stoppage. At the point when I killed it, it lost every form of validity. The first dog falls onto the ground. In its place, the second dog is flying straight at my face. I thrust the knife right into its open mouth, but that was a mistake. The dog's point is not on its face but on its chest. Stabbing him through the mouth will kill him immediately. The knife pierces through the dog's mouth and into the back of his head. Naturally, the hand holding the knife still remains in the dog's mouth. The black dog is still alive. Its jaw shuts. The joint between my arm and the hand holding the knife is bitten on and about to be ripped apart. Proper thought returns with the pain. You have to be kidding me. It's as if I'm just letting him chew through my arm by stabbing him in the mouth. Why you try to pull my arm out? The dog's teeth are deep in my arm. It doesn't seem like I can pull it off. Rabies! More importantly, this black dog, despite having been pierced in the head, is still filled with life. Even though I lift it after piercing its head, it shakes and lands on top of me. Gah! Fall onto the floor. Still can't pull my arm out. The black dog, still pierced in the head, applies more power to its bite. My arm is surely going to be torn off. Can't believe this. No dog ought to be able to bite anything in that state. You feel something wet and see blood spring from the black dog's mouth. Is the black dog's blood leaking from its knife wound to the head? Or is the blood coming from my arm about to be torn off? To be honest, my head is too messed up to be feeling the pain, so it isn't a big deal which one it is. Let go. I try to wrestle away from a black dog, but it's firmly attached to my arm. Can't escape, can't run away. If I want to escape, I have no choice but to kill it. But how? The hand it's biting off is the one holding the knife. I'm on the ground, so even supposing I did pull my hand out, the very next instant the black dog's mouth will be free to bite through my throat. It's okay. Calm down, Shiki. First you've got to examine the situation well and then think calmly about it. That's the kind of thinking you've always kept. In that case, I can do something. For example, there's plenty of lines on the back of its head, and I can see the black point on its chest. The way to survive is awfully simple, but I have my doubts about executing this plan. No matter how savage and evil a creature it is, to do something like kill a panting and gasping creature that's so alive this close to me, something I'm hesitant to do. Gah. The pressure on my arm increases. My entire arm is shortly going to be ripped off at this rate. But even so, I just can't seem to do something so cruel. The red blood drips down onto my face. Going down my forehead, it drips into my eyes. Crimson darkness soaks into the back of my eyes. Red. Well, there's 3 words. The number of dashes used here is so bad. Because this could quite easily be read as retard. My consciousness sways and then is gone. But even so, I can't bring myself to kill a living creature. What hypocrisy. You've killed something much bigger than a mere dog. Yes, that's right. But that time was different. I was insane when it was argued. Even when I killed the other black dog just a moment ago, that was unrelated to my will. But right now, this is very much my own will. Then Sensei says, Shiki, use this power according to your own will and no one else's. That's why, as myself right now, I could never take a life for granted. That too is hypocrisy. Because long ago you... that is a nightmare from my childhood. See, what are you waiting for? It was a hot summer's day. Killer be killed. Before my eyes, the blood-soaked shadow of a boy. You've already... Hot red blood on my hands. Haven't you consoled once before? I trust. I don't pull but rather thrust deeper into the black dog's head. I can hear it yelping right in front of me. I think the black dog is crying out. With my arm in its mouth, it could not properly cry, but it's crying anyway. Sure, that's how much it most hurt. I don't care. Plunge the knife in deeper along with my arm. Without a sound, the blade of the knife punctures out the back of the black dog's head. It's as if the dog has grown a horn. Having split the skull, I easily slash through its skin. Blood and rain spray out as the knife completely emerges from the back of the head. Also, the hand gripping the knife travels completely through. Gasp, pant. But even so, the black dog is still alive. Then there's only one thing I have to do. I reach around with my other hand. Peeling the knife from my blood-drenched fingers, I grip the knife with my free hand. And just like that, I thrust the point on the black dog's chest. Gasp, pant, and with that the black dog dies. The strength drains from its jaws, and I easily pull my arm back out. Oh, it wasn't torn off at all. I look at my blood-covered arm. There are many teeth marks, but the flesh is almost free of wounds. The blood must have been from the black dog when I impaled it through the head. The pain from when I was being bitten was really quite trivial, but my fear must have amplified it many times over. Gasp, pant. Lying there on the ground, I look up at the ceiling. My head hurts. The world becomes a patchwork, and here and there I can see the black points of death. My body is freezing, but my mind is burning feverishly. Gah. Right beside me lay the corpses of the two black dogs. One of my arms is covered in blood, the other clutches a red knife. Also, there are quite uncountable number of dead bodies downstairs. Ha ha. All I can do is laugh because this isn't real. There's no way this can be real. At what point did I, with my eyes wide open, start seeing a nightmare? Ding dong. Terribly out of place, cheerful sound rings out. Damn it, what's with this headache? I stand up, enduring this razor-like pain in my head. Elevator? Seems like the sound is the other elevator coming up. The door opens. Inside stands a man wearing a black coat. The headache worsens. Yes, I've seen him before. Sure, I've seen that man before. Silently, he walks towards me. Then my life as I glare at him, but he doesn't react at all as he walks towards me. It's as if he doesn't notice me at all. The distance between us shrinks just a little more. There's barely 1 meter between us. The man finally seems to notice me. Those bloodshot eyes. The instant I see those eyes, which no human should possess, I lose all freedom to move my body. Thought I killed everyone, but it seems there's still someone left. The man turns and looks at the corpses of the two black dogs. You pieces of filth. You can't even take care of a scrap of meat. You're unworthy to be part of my body. The man voices his pleasure as he raises his hand. His coat lifts like a mantle. Broken. With a splash, the black dog's remains liquefy and disappear into the man's coats. Can't even scream. Below the man's coat is pure darkness, without even the traces of an outline. All that exists there is a mud-like darkness. This is dangerous. This guy is just too dangerous. My instinct sounds alarm wildly in my head and I can't even lift a finger. The man in the black coat approaches me. It's not good if I just stay here. The unstopping headache rose to an unbearable level, telling me this place is dangerous. Whatever the means, if I don't get out of here soon, I'm going to lose my life. But it's too late. The man is right before me. Those eyes aren't looking at me at all. Feed. He raises one of his arms. Below it lies an chaotic darkness. From there, something huge appears. Whomp. The sound of wind. That which has appeared from below the man's coat is a crocodile's mouth, easily large enough to swallow a man whole. Ah. I'm going to die. Right here in an instant. Fuck off. Right here in an instant. Crunched up like a ball of paper. Just as I was convinced of this, someone pulls me back. Thump. What? Can't believe it. Suddenly the jaws of the crocodile clamp onto the stomach of Arcade. He just pulled me out of the way. Arcade's face contorts in agony. She draws back before she is completely devoured by the crocodile's maw. The man silently watches Arcade. Arcade glares back at him with a pained expression, her midsection stained in red. Can't believe a vampire named Chaos would play such trivial games. It's like a poorly scripted nightmare. Chaos. Feel the same way. To catch one of the surviving true ancestors. Never dreamed I would be part of such foolish festival. This is a nightmare for me too. The man called quietly lowers his arm. The coat returns to its former position and the crocodile's mouth disappears underneath. The man looks only at Arcade, as if he's not concerned at all about me standing behind her with my knife raised. But what's going on? I have heard that the previous executor could not even scratch you. What kind of mistake is this? Right now your presence is exceedingly weak, even weaker than a mere member of the dead. Were you attacked by the chest before I arrived? Arcade grunted. Arcade says nothing. The man fixes his emotionless stare on her. I don't understand. There is only a limited number of conceptual weapons capable of harming you. The only people in possession of those are the church's assassins. I don't think the burial agency would dispatch anyone this far east. The man narrows his eyes slightly as he turns around. Either way, this is most fortunate for me. I shall not ask why you have been weakened. All I am going to do is claim your head while I have a chance of winning. I owed up my life preparing for his attack, but having openly stated he was going to take her head, the man now disappears towards the elevator. Seems despite this claim, the man in the black coat is now leaving the hallway for the elevator. Huh? Now I've got absolutely no idea what's going on. About that man, the two dogs who attacked me, the nightmare-like reality of the attack on this hotel, none of it. Shiki. Arcade leans on me. Ah, it's a terrible wound. Though her stomach stopped bleeding, her face is crunched up in pain. It happened mere seconds ago. The wound she got from protecting me from that man. Why did you? Yes. I underestimated slightly. Thought I could help you and then dodge him, but you did really well, Shiki. I guess the wound I got from you wasn't so trifling after all. Arcade's face twisted in pain, turns into a small joking smile. You, Ed, can't watch her any longer. The wound she got was from protecting me. The reason she got it was because of me too. There is no place for the stupid smile of hers. Arcade leans on to me and lightly closes her eyes. Hold on, don't close your eyes, you idiot. Get a hold of yourself. A vampire, you can die at night, right? Well, that's true, but it seems like I'm at my limit. What? Sorry, but could you take me back to my room? Arcade's weight falls on me. Hold on, that's... She dies out. Hey. Call out to Arcade, who's quietly closed her eyes, and then... Zzz, I can hear happily breathing in his sleep. Okay, dude. Sigh. Shouldn't have bothered worrying. Arcade is only sleeping. Telling me to take her back to her room like that. Selfish of her. Truly was a selfish of her. But there's no helping it in this situation. Besides, if we stay here in this hotel any longer, I have the feeling we'll be in a lot of trouble. Gah. The headache won't stop. Guess I have to rest too or I'll faint. Arcade's room. Oh, that place. Only been there once, but I definitely remember it. In that case, there's no point staying here any longer. Carrying Arcade, I quickly decided to leave the hotel. The city is slightly lit up. Fortunately, it's too early in the morning for anyone to be awake, so I get to Arcade's room without being seen. I see, so that's how it is. Then I finally realize what the fuck is happening behind me. Okay. Time to end the stream, I guess.